Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be going over how to turn any island you travel to into a tarantula island. Yes, you can tarantula hunt on almost any island you travel to. I've tried multiple common islands and have been able to hunt on all of them. First, I'm going to hit you with a few facts about tarantula hunting and then we'll get started in the hunt itself. Okay, so if you have never tarantula hunted before, tarantula hunting is great for bells. Tarantulas can spawn anytime after 7 p.m. and have an even greater spawn rate after 11 p.m. So that is the best time to make your travels. Tarantulas sell to Nook's Cranny for 8k bells. They sell to Flick for 12,000 bells. Flick can come to your island randomly. Tarantulas are probably the easiest bug to pretty much hunt at a high rate. You can also do the same with fish, but certain fish that sell for a good price are hard to come by and they come in various sizes, so it is a lot easier to just hunt for tarantulas, which is why it's so much more common. Depending on how many tarantulas you leave an island with, you can make anywhere between 250,000 and 400,000 bells per trip if the conditions are right. So on average 250,000 if you're selling to Nook's Cranny or to Timmy and Tommy, and over 400,000 if you are selling to Flick if Flick has visited your island that day. The method works best on mystery islands, but I have heard of people making a small section on their own islands to do this as well, and it's especially good when it's raining because it knocks out some bug spawns like the tiger beetle. When traveling to an island, I recommend bringing 2 shovels, 2 axes, 2 nets, a vaulting pole, and a ladder, and at least 1 fence if you have fences unlocked. If you don't mind carrying them, also bring customization kits. I will tell you later why bringing customization kits are a good idea. I don't recommend taking medicine because if you pass out, you'll still be on the island. If you pass out by getting bit either by a tarantula or by wasp, you'll still be on the island. So there's no need to waste the space and you may potentially have to drop the item in order to maximize on the hunt. So it's best to not really be wasteful, waste your resources or waste your bells on buying additional medicine for the trip. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get on your island is to tear down the entire island pretty much. My recommendation is kind of get a feel for the island before you do that. That way you know if tarantula hunting on this particular island is something that you do want to do. If your island has a upper level, so like something you have to use your ladder in order to get to, you do have to tear that down as well because tarantulas can spawn in that area. And if you can, dig holes filling the entire sections. That way tarantulas won't spawn above you, because if you try to climb up to get to a tarantula, they will run away. You can also leave items above you to prevent spawns, but in my own experience, I've actually seen bugs and tarantulas spawn on top of my items. So digging holes in my own experience was the best way to prevent things from spawning above me. So if you get like a fish island or an island that has a river or a pond, just tear that section down, dig holes in that section, and you can prevent spawns from going up there. Climbing will scare the tarantulas off, keep that in mind, but pole vaulting won't. So if you get islands where you have to pole vault back and forth, you're fine, because that's safe for the most part. I've never scared off a tarantula by pole vaulting. Make sure to pick all of your flowers, do not uproot the flowers, and pick all of your weeds. Clear the entire island. Break down all the trees and get rid of the tree stumps to avoid bugs that spawn on tree stumps. Break the rocks as well, so make sure to either bring fruit to eat or eat the coconuts or whatever fruit may spawn on the island that you can find if you travel to an island that has fruit. Even if you don't travel to an island that has fruit, it will always have coconuts. You usually only spawn about 5 rocks, and there are 2 coconuts to a tree, 4 trees minimum on each island, so you should at least have 8 coconuts to eat in order to break all of your rocks on the island. I like to use the fences to help me get all of the iron nuggets out of the rocks first. Then I eat the coconut to break the rock, because although I like to tarantula hunt frequently, iron nuggets are not super easy to come by and you constantly need them, so I always take iron nuggets back to my island as well. If you have the time to hunt the iron nuggets, make sure that you do so. Breaking down an island can take anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes depending on how large the island is and how much stuff is on the island. Clearing the island take a lot of tools, which is why I recommend bringing 2 of each tool that I named earlier. But if you bring customization kits, You can reset the uses of the tools you have by changing their color before they break. So if you forget the extra tools, having the kits will come in handy, but keep in mind not to bring too many because you will have to drop them for your tarantulas. Customization kits go for about 600 bells a piece, which is better than using your Nook miles while on the island if things break and you don't have the resources to build more. If you do forget these things, you can buy basic tools from the pilot Wilbur at the dock, but I prefer to save my miles and bring extra toolkits. Once you have completely cleared the island, you can start running around for tarantulas. Scare off all of the bugs as you see them to help increase your spawn rates, like wharf roaches and tiger beetles. I prefer the sneak up method, but some people have adopted a method of trapping tarantulas between holes they've dug in the ground. I typically dig the holes just in case I get chased by a tarantula, but I'm not very good at running away from them, so even though I dig the holes, I don't typically use the method. The sneak up method is basically once a tarantula identifies you and hisses at you, you stop moving and then you inch a little bit closer to it. Every time it hisses at you, you stop moving until you get close enough to catch a tarantula, and that's pretty much the safest way to do so. If you happen to get caught, sometimes you can run away from it and not get bit, but pretty much 90% of the time you're going to get bit and die, which is fine. You'll pretty much reset the spawns and then you can just continue hunting. Preferred islands for me to do this method on is Fish Island. It's the one that has a pond shaped like a fish because vaulting back and forth helps increase the spawns. Areas that are too small and narrow will not have lots of spawns because you will not be able to look away from certain areas on the map, which you have to do in order to have a bug, any kind of bug, spawn in that area. You have to move away from it and move back. It will not spawn if you're standing in that area. My least preferred island is Bamboo Island because it requires a long time to break down. And because it's just one big square, it's not a lot of room to work with or to run around, so that you're kind of avoiding certain areas of the map. But the method can still be done on this island. So after some research, I will revise my island suggestions. In the month of March, pond islands were the best due to the type of bugs that would spawn. But in the month of April, the game introduces more bug spawns, and one of the bug spawns is in the water. That's the giant water bug. It doesn't scare off and will spawn multiple at a time, and since it counts as a bug spawn, it will decrease the chances for a tarantula. So pond islands will have a lower rate. So in the month of April, Bamboo Island is probably easier than any pond islands as far as tarantula hunting is concerned. I don't recommend wasting any Nook Mile tickets that you get. Try to tarantula hunt every island you get to. That way you are being as resourceful as possible, but just know certain islands are going to be more difficult than others. Don't worry about fainting to spiders. You will remain on the island, and also if you put your switch in sleep mode, your spawn rate will be locked in. So if you're going to bed at night, one cool way to get bells for the next day is to go to an island, break it down after 11 o'clock, and do your hunting the following day, as long as you don't close your app or fully power down your switch. I have done this method multiple times and it has worked for me each time. Just some islands have better spawn rates than others, so it can be done on any island. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And if you would like to see live Animal Crossing New Horizons content, please follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ReemaTheBeast. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video as well, or subscribe to my channel rather. And I hope to see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll be able to drop more Animal Crossing content for you guys. And just let me know what you guys would like to see and I will try my best to post it. All right, have a good one.